Hi, I'm Ravi Bhatnagar. I'm Director External Affairs and Partnerships at Reckitt. It's my privilege to work on the nutrition program, which focuses on the first 1,000 days, where for 2 years of life we focus on the woman, and the rest of the period we focus on the kids. It's very interesting to see India's journey on nutrition, and to see what all programs are being undertaken by the Government of India, by the civil society. But still a long way to go for the private sector. There's a lot of private sector engagement which is required in terms of strengthening the health indicators, to strengthen the nutrition indicators, to strengthen the nutrition sensitive interventions. Holistically, poverty is also a very important dimension to be looked at, and how we reach out to the last mile. The whole agenda of India for defeating this nutrition issues should be basically leaving no one behind, and to have structural integration of the programs and the aspirational districts which are more holistic in nature, as well as which have a length and breadth to cover everyone and leaving no one behind. I must tell you, nutrition is not a standalone subject. It needs to be seen along with the healthcare, especially what's happening on the self-care. So is nutrition a part of the self-care agenda? Like, self-care is a very integral part in the other geographies, like in the US, in the UK, you have programs on the self-care. So how women can be more motivated to self-care for themselves, for self-care for the kids. This is one dimension which really need to be added. And second dimension is actually utilizing the modern techniques and tools to reach out to hard to reach areas, so that each child can be covered and there are no deaths arising out of SAM, which is severely malnourishment. India has gone a long way in its progress. So I see the glass half full. And I don't say nothing has happened in last 10 years. There have been significant strides to make sure children get the access, and nutrition is a right and not just a privilege. And at Reckitt, we stand with that. We have a purpose agenda, and we think healthcare as a right and not a privilege. And the foundation for that is basically the leadership traits, what are very well defined in Reckitt. One of the leadership trait I would love to speak about is basically the leadership trait of care. So we're all being focused on making sure we take care of the communities we operate in, the countries we work, and there needs to be an integration of the national purpose with company purpose and brand purpose. Unless that this framework is utilized, I'm not sure we will be able to make any transformational change. And change will only happen when we have the strong community engagement. We see community partners, development sector partners, UN agencies, the beneficiaries, the right groups, everyone as our partners, and very important for our journey towards making India a country which is not struggling on the nutrition indicators. We aim to reach to the 3 states now in this year. We started with Maharashtra 3 years back. We're going to take our journey to the state of Gujarat, followed by the state of Rajasthan. And we will be working with those population groups where the life expectancy is less, where the real problem lies. We will be working in the hotspots, and the whole intervention design will be basically based as a nutrition sensitive intervention, not the nutrition specific intervention. What does that mean? It means basically we will be working on the aspects the kitchen gardens. We'll be working on the first 1,000 days. We'll be working on the breastfeeding. We'll be working on reducing the cases of the lactation failure. We'll be working on the health infrastructure strengthening, like the nutrition rehabilitation centers, resulting into uptake of the services from the NRCs, which is the nutrition rehabilitation centers. And also the big aim is actually reducing the identification and the treatment lag for all the cases. And the program intends to reach out to 10 million moms, and a huge concept of self-care will also be embedded in the program in the year 2022 and beyond. I wish all the best to Outlook and the leadership of Outlook, who has been continuously working with Reckitt and Plan India to launch the season 2.0 of Poshan. It's very interesting to see, the Vice President of India, Honorable Venkaiah Naidu ji, has given, his consent, and he is a part of our journey because he joined us in the earlier season 2. Last 18 months have been very difficult, and to pull up a program like this, which will be benefiting millions of kids across India, is something which is very inspiring to me personally, and I wish whole team all the best. Thank you.